also, if you have a specific map that you want me to go onto, then I'll gladly try it out. They've all been updated. I think the test arena graphically is the least advanced. Oh, hello, Lord of Trees. Yeah, test arena right now is graphically the least advanced. I did the physically based rendering, but it still needs a little bit of work on it. But Redford and Rails have been updated. Thanks for following the stream, Super Foster. And then here's the demo that I was showing you guys earlier. I want to go ahead and just thank you guys for helping me throughout the development of this game. Still got a lot of work to go, but you know, you've helped me accomplish a goal. Alright, let's go and start it up. I guess we'll just go down the list. Isn't that just a brilliant transition? How you just kind of fly in the air? I'm working on that. Trust me. When do I plan to release the game? I haven't really decided on a date yet, mainly because it's still so early in the development that I just honestly couldn't come up with one. And do I also own the CAD Gaming profile? Whenever you say CAD Gaming profile, are you referring to a profile named CAD Gaming or CAD Games? Because I own the CAD Games profile on iFunny, and I also own the Exnite profile. And those are my only two accounts. Just 1 second. Let me go ahead and do this. Set that to high priority. Alright, there we go. Now it's looking a lot smoother. Yeah, I own CAD Games profile and Exnite. I'll go and type them up in chat. This build I just released to all of my testers. They're all just chilling in a Skype chat right now. So yeah, they're trying this out too for the first time. I've changed a lot of the grass textures on here, although these are kind of temporary. It's a lot lighter on the game to use 2D textures rather than 3D meshes. Thanks for following the stream, Nion. And so I went ahead and did the 2D textures for now. These are just kind of placeholders though. Keep hitting me with questions, I'll gladly answer them. Probably gonna have a question about this because you have not seen this before. I threw this in this like the past few days. I've been working on this and I haven't told anyone about it, but yeah, there's a red dot sight now. Although the camera on it is a little bit messed up because if you look in the distance you can't see anything. It's just a problem with the render distance. I haven't done too much bug fixes on it yet, but in comparison to the hollow sight, it's much brighter. Coming back to the hollow sight, I was thinking about just working on that, but then I was like, you know, I'm not really a hollow sight fan. I really like traditional red dots. Thanks, Nion. What's your end goal for the game modes? So like, what game modes do I plan on having? Or can you like elaborate on your question? Oop. Thanks for following the stream, Techno. Let's turn that up. By the way, this is on the recommended build. I figured that it's best to show you guys on this build because, you know, it is the recommended one. I'm not going to do it on the minimum specs one. That one's already, you know, kind of pushing through to even play the game. So on this one, you know, I'm getting around 30 FPS, or pretty much locked at 30 FPS. And then again, I am streaming, so you have to take that into account. I was testing this morning, I was getting about 40, 45 on ultra settings. I'll go ahead and show you. Graphics are on fantastic. What game modes will I have in the final version? I plan on having the marksman game mode, which this map is actually going to be featured in. So pretty much that is where 2 teams of snipers will have 1 life per round, and they will have to take out the opposing team of snipers on the opposite side of a mountain range, as you can see. And so I'm on this side right now, right on that mountain. That's where the other snipers will be. Now this gun, I'm gonna actually change the power of the scope to it, so it's a little bit more magnified, and I'll be working on more snipers too. But yeah, this gun has a range of 800 meters. It is the HK417, or as titled in my game, the Hellraiser. And so it is plenty powerful to make it all the way over there. But as you can see, the bullet is a little bit random. So that's the realistic element to it. The question I've gotten 1,000 times: do I plan on adding a musket? I don't even know how to reply to this, because it's not something that like I'd expect to get. It is just the most random question in the world. I don't understand it. By the way, this M1911 is kind of flickering because of a flaw in the camera motion blur. For the musket, you know, I think it's a really cool idea, but you know, I'm thinking as an Easter egg, maybe like hidden somewhere in this map. Like God only knows, I'll fucking put it in a tree or something. Excuse my language. I'll like shove it up in a tree or something like that, and maybe someday somebody will find it and then pick it up, and then it'll be all over the place. I actually have a shotgun in the game right now. It's just not in this current build. It's in other builds, but I only have this one saved right now. Back to the marksman game mode. So once a sniper dies in the marksman game mode, then they will spectate the rest of their teammates and wait until the next round to respawn. I also plan on adding a traditional team deathmatch game mode, but it'll be called skirmish, and so pretty much you know, it's just smaller maps, kind of like Rails, would be ideal for that. A few other maps I have planned for the future, which I'm not going to explain. And then even like the test arena with textures on it would be a good team deathmatch map. You know, it's not very original to have team deathmatch, but it's one of those game modes that every FPS shooter has, and so, you know, might as well join the crowd. I'm gonna go ahead and reopen the game. I'm going to go back to the menu, and we're going to choose a different level. How long is my penis? However long you want it to be. Do you plan on streaming gameplay on multiplayer when it's done? Of course. I'd love to stream multiplayer. It's going to take a little bit because I plan on using Photon, which apparently is not the best, which I've been told now by some other friends who are developing. But, you know, I'm going to attempt it, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll be using Unity, which, in my opinion, has been broken for like the past month. But I've been told that it's not. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and play again. What map do you guys want to see? We just went on Redford. PBR demo was the one that I showed in my showcase of, I guess, the new PBR update. It's got very high quality textures on it. I haven't completely updated all the textures on all the other maps yet. God only knows if my stream is working right. I haven't even tested it yet. I haven't checked mics or anything. Let me see. Please be working. I don't even know if my stream is working right. I haven't even tested it. Okay, it is working right. I didn't hear the voice for a little bit, so it was like, oh dear. How realistic will the game be in combat? As in, when you hit, will you start to bleed out and die, or will you unrealistically regain health like in Call of Duty? Right now, there's no health regaining system, and I didn't plan on having one. As you can see right here, there's a little med kit. That's just, you know, it's test arena. That's being tested out. Kind of was thinking about like a Battlefield type thing, where you could just throw down a med kit to a teammate. But then again, you know, I really like a realistic type game where you just can't heal. So, you know, it might be where you get shot and you don't start bleeding, but you definitely get hurt by that, and your health does not regain. You said rails though? Squad or clan mechanic? You know, that's actually not something that I even thought about yet. That's actually a pretty cool idea. Go and turn on the FPS counter again. It's a cool idea. I don't know how I'd go about doing it. But, you know, I can look into that. Yeah, I've added controller support already for the Xbox 360 controllers. I think Rails is a pretty good demonstration of the new PBR update, because you can really just tell how the graphics have changed. Just look at these barrels here, for instance. Definitely looking a lot sharper than they were before. Yeah. Now, an issue that I've noticed with the MP5 with the red dot is the FPS drop. Look at my FPS, I'm getting around 25 right now, and that's with this gun, but as soon as I switch to the pistol, I get 65. And same with this gun. Now, an issue for that is the red dot sight on the MP5, and same with the scope on this weapon. What they do is they render a whole new scene in the scope, so it's not like, if you were to look at the other side of this scope, you would just see black, because in the front of the scope there's actually a camera from the scene, and the camera is just showing the render texture of the game, so it gives the illusion that I'm looking through a scope, when in reality it's all just like I'm looking at a TV screen. Now, whenever I was trying to recreate that with this, for some reason, I don't really know what happened. It's actually like rendering out a whole new scene, but for the HK, it's fine. I don't understand. I'm gonna get working on that. But yeah, I don't know why it does that. If anybody's a Unity whiz, then please educate me. I'm a noob. If you have any more questions, just go and ask. Oops, hang on, a tester sent me a message. Alright, I am done with dinner. I will start playing now. Brilliant. I've been working on the image effects, which I demonstrated pretty good in my PBR demo. So now, rather than it being super dark and eerie like it was before, what I was doing was I was changing the tone map on like every different map, and now I'm just gonna stick to this neutral one because I think it looks the best, looks the most realistic. There's let's see, I got Bloom, I have SSAO, and SSAO, which is ambient occlusion and ambient obscurance, which an example of that is that corner that is all shaded right now is an example of ambient obscurance. And let's see, the glowing coming off of the barrel, that is an example of ambient occlusion. We're gonna go and just leave that for now, for there. We're going to leave that right there for now. Thanks, Nightmare. How many developers? It's just me. I'm the only one developing this game. It's taken a little bit of time to get to this point, but it's definitely worth it. I'm working hours a day. Yesterday I spent about 10 hours working on the game. And oh my gosh, I was relieved to go to bed at 4 a.m. in the morning. 4 a.m. in the morning. Nice. I was relieved to go to bed at 4 this morning. How will you be looking for beta testers to help point out bugs and glitches? I have a group on Skype right now, and they're on Kick, of selected people who are actually beta testing right now. And so it's about 17 or 18 members, and they're pretty much going through the game and looking for bugs and glitches, and they're going to come back and report them to me. When do I think the game's going to be openly released? Sorry, I can't read. I can code, but I can't read. I don't have a release date quite yet, because as an indie game, you know, I could release this game tomorrow. I could release the game today, or I could release it in 6 years. It all just kind of depends on whenever I finish. I have no deadlines or anything. I'm kind of working at my own pace, which, believe me, my own pace is very quick. You want to get your hands on it. It's honestly, like, I've impressed myself, because I never thought that I'd even make it this far. Learning how to do physically based rendering, which is something that I've wanted to do for a while now, is just, it's really benefited the game so much. I mean, the graphic quality has just multiplied tremendously. I'm gonna go and show you guys a video of the difference between Rails right now and you know, how it was before. So let me go ahead and get monitor capture going. Add a monitor capture. Okay, so just, I don't know if I can actually see the monitor. Okay, I'm hoping that you guys can see my monitor. If you can't, then go ahead and comment that you cannot, and I'll fix it. Alright, so we're gonna go and minimize out of that. Actually, we can just exit out of it, because since this is a recommended computer, it's struggling to survive right now. Alright, let me go ahead and go to the videos section. Is now hosting you. I'm being hosted. Alright. So, is this just a survival, or will there be another force coming at you? Well, right now it's a multiplayer FPS shooter, so it's not. I don't have any survival game modes yet, although that's been thought over. You know, so if I plan on having a zombie game mode in the future, because I'm just kind of throwing everything that I like into this game, like survival. zombies, FPS. It's all the things that I like. So I plan to have zombies in the future. I'll leave it at that. Game's going pretty well, League. Will there be a single player mode? No, it is going to be restricted to multiplayer. Yeah, like you said, it's multiplayer only. I really hope that you guys can see my monitor right now. I'll go ahead and make sure that you can. Yeah, you can. Okay, so we're gonna just do some shader comparisons to old shaders to the new PBR rendering. Okay, and I actually have some cool videos in here. Let's turn Explorer up to above normal. This computer's just so slow. Like whenever you're streaming, I should have actually done this on my main computer. This one is the recommended computer for the game, so you know, as long as you're not streaming on the recommended computer, then you should be fine. So is this just a... okay, I already did that. If I do add zombies, can you play that alone? Would you like me to make it so that you can play it alone and multiplayer, or would you like it to just be multiplayer? Will there be a co-op mission mode, like 4 people in a squad versus army of AI? You know, that wouldn't be a hard task. I'd have to like come up with missions, however, which that would probably be the hardest part. You know, it's definitely a possibility that I could do that. Here we go, here's some old Rails footage. I'm going to actually show you the very first version of Rails. Actually, I wonder if I have the trailer somewhere. Alright, this is good enough. Alright, so here's the very first build of Rails. Oh wow. It is just... it has changed so much. So here it is. As you can tell, it's just lighting looked terrible in this demo. The walls are like turning green, like some weird moldy cheese. The ground texture looks like, I don't even know, like a granola bar. Everything just looked bad in this scene. Guy had a little bit of a sunburn on his hand. The gun wasn't even properly black. It was like, I don't even know what color that is. It's like a mixture of black and purple and green. The recommended specs is an AMD Phenom 9600 Black Edition. Actually, let me just go to the post. Exnite. There's a lot of random stuff on this computer. Okay, I might be blind. Let me just go and pull it up. If I have it, I will. But it might be on my laptop. No, God, I made the specs on my phone, so I can't recite them exactly. I'll go and open up Steam and show you though. Because they're in the green light thing, which I can also show you how to get to that because a lot of people have questions about that. Sorry, I haven't streamed in a while. It's I wasn't really ready for this. I went to bed at 4, woke up at 9, got 5 hours of sleep, and I'm just exhausted. Thanks, League. Will I be streaming over the next few hours? I don't know about hours, but I'll be streaming for a little bit longer. Just, I'm trying to show off a lot of things, answer some of you guys' questions, so hopefully you can help me out and, you know, help other people. Will I ever get weapon attachments? Well, I just showed in the demo that I had attachments. I'll be opening up the game in a little bit again so you can see that. And I just got a message from a participant of a tester. Well aware. Thank you. He's sending me a message on Skype too. Alright, Steam hates me. This happens every time I try to get into Steam. So I'm just going to come back to it. But we'll go ahead and keep looking at the differences with the shaders. I have to reopen up the Twitch chat, so just give me a second. I'm doing this on my phone because I do not have my laptop right now. We're working on a website for the game, so here it is. I have one of the testers decided that he'd work on it, and he's really helping me out by doing that. This isn't like what it's gonna look like in the end. This is kind of just something that I randomly photoshopped in like 5 minutes, and he pretty much replicated the whole thing in CSS and HTML, and he did it pretty quick too. So you know, props to him for doing that. Unable to connect to the Twitch chat. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's go online. Getting a lot of stuff right now. Thanks, One Speed HD, for following the stream. I'm sorry, this would be a lot quicker to show you guys, but this computer is just much slower in comparison to the main build. 2 new invites. Go to green light, and I'll show you guys the game. I really hate this computer. I'll see you later, Nyan. I hope that if I stream again, you can attend it. But for now, let's keep going. Keep on pushing forward. We're gonna go to my YouTube and my privated videos. I know that sounds really bad, but it's not as bad as you think. Alright, this is just ridiculous. I'm going to go ahead and go to just the game. I'm going to get back to playing it. So all this other stuff can just get out of here. Steam, get out of here. Let's find Steam. Alright, goodbye Steam. Alright, let's get back to the game. I have a README that I gave out to all of my testers, so I'll go ahead and read over this quickly for you guys. Hello everybody, I know it's been a while since I released the last test update. I'm sorry for that, but you have seen the progress that has been made since then. In this build, the graphics have been completely redone. Some of the testers will notice this because they have played before. There are 4 maps featured in this build: Redford, Rails, PBR Demo, and Test Arena. You are open to play all of them. This update takes a huge hit on performance in comparison to others. I went from 60 FPS locked to 35 on the recommended build. A few bugs that are in this build are the website tab in the game. The website domain has not been set up yet. The options menu needs a little bit of work done. Images not sizing correctly in the menu. I'll show you that in a second. Footsteps system is still being reworked. Motion blur with the 1911. Major hit with the MP5 red dot, and the game quitting. Whenever you hit quit in game, I'm gonna make it so that whenever you hit quit in game, it takes you to the main menu. The rest of this is just kind of instructions, but let's go and play. Am I the one streaming? Is a question I just got kicked. Yes, I am streaming. He sent me a picture of a airsoft gun. He said this would make an excellent marksman rifle. Twitch. I need to reload the chat. So if you sent anything in the past 2 minutes, I have not seen it. Let's go and play. We're gonna keep going through the list, finish off in the test arena. Here's the demo that I showed you guys, and so this is pretty much, there's just a gun, and if you zoom in, it's just a gun. Shadows are being worked on too. There's a lot of stuff that needs to get done, but here's the PBR demo. So pretty much, this is what I used then as a secondary test arena to test out textures, to get the highest quality possible for you guys. So as you can tell, zooming in on this, it is crazy the quality that I'm getting out of this. This is using the Unity standard shader, and so by using that, that's how you get PBR. What I did was I created a normal map for every single texture, and then I created a let's see, what is it? I created height maps and normal maps for every texture, added occlusion to all the textures, added a detail mask and secondary maps to all of the textures. So as you can tell, it probably took a while, and yes, it did, but I think that in the end it's worth it. You know, look at that. You can have your legs on the left of the screen. In the end, it's definitely worth it. This is also what I use to redo all the image effects. I wish I had the editor open, but you cannot have the editor and the game open on this computer, or it will die. Yeah, so here is an example of a building that I quickly just threw in here. As you can tell, it's very detailed looking. Looks really good whenever you're a little bit far away, and then you get up closer and it's a little bit grosser looking, but still a good example of the capabilities of PBR. And the dot is part of the site. I'm getting a lot of messages from testers right now. He said that he found a error in Rails where you could walk through a wall, when in reality there was no wall there to begin with. There was not a wall, he thought you could walk through it. All the textures for the PBR are shot by me, so this is actually a tile from my house, which I went ahead and shot. I'll go ahead and go to my texture pack, which it needs to be worked on. As you'll see in a second here, it's pretty limited. So I shot all of these with a DSLR camera, and I had messed up before because I shot them at 2.4 megapixels instead of my 16 megapixels that I should have been shooting at. So yeah, I had to go out and reshoot all of these things, and there's not as many as there were before, but still, I think that I came out with around 10 or 11 textures in the end. They're all 3000 by 3000, they're seamless textures. I edited them all in Photoshop, which, as you can tell, they're very detailed. The native ones are obviously a lot better quality because they're higher resolution. Natively, they're 5312 by 2988. But I figured that rather than using some random textures from something that I found in the Unity Asset Store, I ought to go out and reshoot them all and get some of my own. So that is the tile, as you can see right here. Now these pebbles, rocks, whatever you want to call them, they are, let's see, I think they're this one, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's this texture. This is actually a road texture. This is the texture of the road outside my house. I live in Florida, and you know, this is just the kind of roads that we have here in Florida. As you can see, it's